Nevertheless, I've never let any of that interfere with anything that I have going on. My mom was addicted to crack. For a long time, my mom was what I would consider a functioning addict. I want to do more than survive.
Mhm.
Because for me, survival mode means I'm just making it from day to day. I'm just making it. I'm getting up, I'm going through the motions, and I'm just making it from day to day. If I can make it through the day without coming home and my parents are fighting, I'm good. If I can make it through the day and I come home and there's food in the refrigerator, I'm good. So in my mind, that's what survival mode looks like.
Mhm.
There's so much more. Like I can have so much more. I can be so much more. I wasn't called to just make it through the day. I wasn't called to just make it through the week. I wasn't called to do that. I was called to go above and beyond that. I was called to do so much more. I have a story. I have a story. And that is what I use to get me up here. I'm sorry. Now, maybe way back then you could, but now currently you can't. You can't tell me what I can't have. You can't tell me what I can't do because I've taken the limitations off and I've stopped surviving and I started thriving.
And I feel like a lot of the work happens in reprogramming, right? Because we're not just reprogramming our thoughts, we are rewriting narratives, we are challenging the limitations that have been set on us by society, by family and friends, and by ourselves. A lot of people resist acceptance because they think um it's synonymous with condoning, which it
Right.
is not.
Yes. But it wasn't until I started to unpack something and get into my word and get into the Bible and understand how God's alignment with you and how He creates you and He puts you in certain situations for a reason. There's another side to it. But the key is getting to that other side. And how do you get to that other side? You give yourself the grace,
Mhm.
have the faith to push to perseverance. That is how you get to the other side of that.
The journey determines how well you can appreciate.
Yeah, the destination. I remember God saying to me, why did you just pray for me to get you through the rain versus praying for the rain to stop? Why are we so destined to get through the journey so quickly to arrive at a destination instead of enjoying the journey as we're going through it? You'll be stronger. You'll be more confident. You'll be bolder because you have gone through something. And when you go through something, it strengthens you in a way that you really can't explain. It strengthens you. It empowers you. It makes you feel confident. And
The purpose of surviving is not to settle into being a survivor. It is preparing you to thrive. Our struggles today are the masterclass for someone tomorrow.
somebody is waiting for you at the end for the baton. If you stop mid-race, then they will never get the baton. If you stop before the finish line, then they will never get the baton. There's someone waiting for you at the finish line for the baton. And if you stop, then they'll never get it. Behavior is a form of communication. And how sometimes in children, and some adults too, but in children, we tend to want to praise the good behavior, but discipline the bad behavior, which I kind of get that. Instead of getting rid of that and tossing that out, let's look at that the same way we would look at the positives. Just because we deem it to be bad doesn't mean it can't be used in some way, shape, or form. Because God would not have allowed us to have that experience.
Everything gets us closer to where we need to be in life. And it's just about learning how to embrace it. Learning how to embrace it. And as you said, give ourselves grace because everything in life is learned experience, and the more you manage to navigate through the hard stuff, the more appreciative you are of the easy stuff.
See, what I realized or what I've noticed that is that most parents that have a short child with a disability, they tend to grieve who the child is not versus who the child is. So they tend to compare, and I'm not saying this as is a bad thing because it's not a bad thing. It's just being a parent. Honey, guess what? There's gonna be a day. Hopefully not no time soon. But there's gonna be a day where you're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna no longer be with us. And your child gonna have to learn how to function without you. As parents should be to teach our children from the time that they can walk, should be to teach our children how to live without us. I said, but what I can say is that if we give them the skills they need before they leave, they will be that much better when they do. You can do the hard stuff. You can do the hard stuff. Yes, it's hard. And yes, it might be difficult to do, but you can do the hard stuff. No matter what comes my way, I can do the hard stuff. I was called to do the hard stuff.